Holtzzy. Okay, so the next game we're going to check out is Asteroid Expedition by the wonderful It's Holtzzy. Let's have a look what's in store for us. Okay, so I've been recommended to use a gamepad. So I'm going to just click. Okay, I can move. Feels like I'm constantly going to the right. Have I got controller drift or... No, I'm not now. It feels... Oh, am I on rails? Yeah, I think that might be what it is. So I can... Oh, it's like Star Fox. Crikey. They're shooting a lot of bullets at me. Okay, the rails thing wasn't immediately obvious. It just felt like my controls were a little bit off. So kind of like Star Fox, I can move within a bounds, right? That sun looks great. I love the emission on that, or that planet, whatever we want to call it. So yeah, I guess another thing is trying to work out where my bullets are going to go. So they kind of go straight here. They always go straight wherever I am. Maybe it would be good to have like an indication of where they're heading. These bullets are too nuts. I can see my health at the top left. But I love the idea of actually doing a on rails thing. Actually, you don't play many on rails kind of shooters anymore. Yeah, just I think having a bit more idea of where I'm going to be shooting, but maybe it just takes a bit of learning. I can shoot fast enough that it's not a negative. Oh, there's more. They're throwing blood balls at me. How dare them? Okay, so I can press right to throw out right trigger to do. Are they like flares, or is that just are they bombs? Let's try some of the other buttons, see if I get anything out. Okay, so I can. Am I going faster if I hold down left bumper? Some people call this a Star Fox like. Well, is that a genre now? I guess I tried for Star Fox type reticle, but it didn't work. That's fair. That's fair. They're bombs. Okay. So if I do that, they will explode after a while, is it? Or can I shoot them to explode? Oh no, okay, they explode just after maybe some 5-10 seconds. Okay, so we'll wait for our next group of enemies and see if we can use those. I'd like if I could barrel roll. And double tap right button or something to do a roll, just because it feels nice. And maybe you can kind of half dodge bullet, or there's a chance to dodge or something. Right now, I'm not too sure where the rails are taking me as well. I guess that's another thing. I don't know. I wouldn't know how to convey it myself. I don't know whether you could do with like some visuals that imply which way that the rails are taking you. Oh, okay. I'm trying to bomb these. Okay, so it will just explode on impact as well. Nice. Okay. The visuals are cool. The skybox is cool. The planet is cool. I mean, the ship is pretty simple in terms of it's quite low polygon, but it's effective. The little thruster out the back of it, I know it's a ship. The brightness might be a bit much. I'm not too sure on some of these things, but then it depends what they're meant to be, I guess. But it looks as bright as that sun kind of holy cow planet that we were on a sec ago.
You discovered a space pineapple!
Oh, wow. Was that a secret or was that normal? A single button for barrel roll. It depends where... I think they did it in Star Fox, didn't it? Where you turn one way with one bumper and another way with the other. It doesn't... They both do the same purpose, right? Unless it was directly based on how much you'd pressed, because then your ship could turn. You might have gaps that you could only go through on that angle, in which case having left and right would be good. I am very low on health as well. Yeah, you could have a single button for it. I just think if you had a tilt button, I always like in these sort of games where you manage to turn like directly like that and fly through narrow gaps, you know? Where here left trigger is bumping. Sorry, left trigger, left bumper. I hate the word. Bumper is the top one, right? Trigger is this. So left trigger is making me boost. Oh, hang on. What the? There is a barrel roll. Sorry, I misunderstood you, Holtzzy. I thought you were saying in Star Fox there was one. Ah, Yeah, I guess there's a little bit for me. I'm not too sure how I feel like the triggers and the bumpers have completely different meanings in a way. So like right trigger is shoot, left trigger is boost. They're not very related. Right bumper is bomb, left bumper is do twice to do a barrel roll. So yeah, I'm not too sure if there's anything to be done about thinking of like layout of controls. Yeah, the trigger makes sense because it's like a gun trigger, right? I'm down with that. It's more of the bumper term I think I get confused with because I don't like the... It's just a shoulder button, but then they added 2 shoulder buttons and everyone got confused with the terminology. But cool. Am I right to guess now that I'm going around in the same loop, Holtzzy? Yeah, and actually that what I said about rotating the ship, it's a bit difficult because yeah, you're right. It would feel right to rotate like we are now. So if you had a different button to rotate as well, it may not feel right. So ignore that. I did enjoy the pineapple. It was unexpected. I was hoping I could shoot it and it would burst into glorious pineapple chunks. But I mean, there's always next jam, right? There's always next jam. But no, it feels really good. It feels really good. The jump forward is... I don't know if I'm moving faster either. So I think you'd need to kind of convey some movement. I think that's one of the main things that's missing is the conveying of movement. Other than the camera moving along this track. I don't actually... Like, this may not actually make me move faster. It might just move me forward at the moment. I learned a bunch about shaders and cinematics. So it's fun to make and improve my dev stuff. Yeah, definitely. Well, quite often with a speed boost, Devious, as you know, they will often like change the camera's perspective in order to... Where's the pineapple?
You discovered a space pineapple!
Well, I tried to kill it a second time, but it didn't work. Yeah, they'll often change the camera perspective to make it feel like you're going faster. Like when you sprint in a game, they quite often zoom the camera out, I think, don't they? Even in first-person games, like Apex Legends does it as well. But yeah, you've done a great job here. It feels really nice. I love, like, you can see you've kind of got like cell shading around here. Oh yeah, keyboard controls work quite nice as well, actually. Oh, what? Hang on. What's this? I couldn't use that button on my controller, could I? This is a secret key. What does control do? I couldn't do that on the controller. Oh, is it like stick in? Yeah, left stick in. That's cool. I didn't even know that was a thing. I like it. It looks awesome as well. I know you. So you did say that there was some controls written on the page as well. They changed the field of view. Yeah, I guess that's more correct. But they make it feel like you can see more, or you're kind of more away from the from your character in some sense. Anyway, yeah, it's great though. Your skybox is great. The little effects that you've got on the ship, the controls of the ship feels good. I'd need to know where I'm aiming. I think that's one of the biggest issues with it. But ultimately, you weren't doing it to make a finished game of this nature. You were doing it as to learn about doing some shader stuff, doing some cinematic camera stuff, following a rail with a camera. And yeah, no, it's good. And you've got a pineapple. We can't ask for much more than that, can we? So thank you very much for submitting. Let's write some of that feedback down. This feels good to play. Controls, despite maybe me being unsure about the mappings, feel responsive and good. I like the visual style, the emissive materials, the planet gave a good feel. You also had kind of like cell shaded. I'm not sure if it's the right term. Style asteroids, which was a cool effect. 2, not 100% if the styles, the glowing styles, and that asteroid style blend together perfectly. But generally speaking, it looked really nice. The on-rails element is good. I just wish I knew exactly where I would be shooting. Obviously, some variety in enemies. The ability to destroy the boss, the ending enemy for spoiler, would have been great additions. Thanks, Holtzzy. Very much appreciate it. Hey there, Artifacts. How you doing? It's good. It's really nice to get people to play your game, Holtzzy. Even if they're all complaining about the controls, it helps you realize how much it's an instinctive thing for people. And it takes people a bit of... They go into games expecting things, and they can really throw their first impressions of a game based on that. So, yeah, lovely. Thank you, everyone.